Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya. Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya. AfricanAncestry.com, the pioneers in genetic tracing for black people. Since 2003, doing what no other in the industry can do. By tracing your DNA to the present day African country, ethnic group, or tribe. What better time than now to find out where you came from? Order your kit today. I wanna know ya. Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya. Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya. Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya. Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya. Let it all hang out. DNA brings the car people out. The artistic, so gifted. African ancestry gets it. Yes, they black owned for the people. In the roots, they will find your sequel. Genetic test in the process, peaceful. Reunite, multiply with your equals. Black scientists, research it. Invest in that time, you're worth it. Experience feels so perfect. Get on the right path to your purpose. No other in the industry like this. Find your link to a tribe, precise kit. The Mende people, Mendenga, Balanta, the house. I wanna know ya. Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya. Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya. Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya. Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya. AfricanAncestry.com, the pioneers in genetic tracing for black people. Since 2003, doing what no other in the industry can do. By tracing your DNA to the present day African country, ethnic group, or tribe. What better time than now to find out where you came from? Order your kit today. I wanna know ya. Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya. Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya. Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya. Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya. Let it all hang out. DNA brings the car people out. The artistic, so gifted. African ancestry gets it. Yes, they black owned for the people. In the roots, they will find your sequel. Genetic test in the process, peaceful. Reunite, multiply with your equals. Black scientists, research it. Invest in that time, you're worth it. Experience feels so perfect. Get on the right path to your purpose. No other in the industry like this. Find your link to a tribe, precise kit. The Mende people, Mendenga, Balanta, the house. I wanna know ya. Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya. Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya. Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya. Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya. African ancestry.
Hello, everybody. That is my favorite song. I want to know ya, Cameroon. Welcome. I am Gina Page. I am the president and co-founder of AfricanAncestry.com. And it's been a minute since I've seen you. So thank you for being here. Welcome back. Hello, Donna. Donna is a new African Ancestry family member. Shout out to the Mende people in Sierra Leone, and shout out to Nicole. Cameroon's in the building. I'm going to give you guys some time to come in. I'm so happy to have you here. Today is a very, very special day. For those of you who are just learning about African ancestry for the first time, we are the pioneers of genetic ancestry tracing for Black people all around the world. We're the only company in the world who can tell a person of African descent the present day African country and ethnic group that they share ancestry with. And we are very proud to have been doing this work for 22 years. We are pioneers. That means we were first, right? So we're not new to this. This is what we've been doing before any of the other companies that you know, that you may have used. We were here doing this work for Black people, by Black people. And I want to make sure I give you our receipts, because there's a lot of confusion out there thinking that all the companies do the same thing. And it's just that African ancestry is the most expensive. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. We are the best at giving people specific information about their African roots. So if you're familiar with Chadwick Boseman, aka T'Challa, may he rest in power. He helped popularize African ancestry DNA testing when we traced his ancestry to the Limba people living in Sierra Leone today. And he credits finding his ancestry with African or through African ancestry as part of the tools that he used to prepare for his role as T'Challa. So we got some receipts, and we're the only company that does not sell or share our customers' DNA. Hear me when I say we don't sell it, we don't share it, we don't monetize it. Once you send us your DNA and we determine your result, we destroy it. Because we understand the fears and concerns that people should have and do have about how their genetic information is handled. And we don't want fear to be the reason that you don't know who you are. And so I encourage you to check us out at africanancestry.com. And for those of you who already know where you're from, there are other lines to trace. And so I want you to consider doing that. Shout out to Moncom for being here. Glad to see you. But the reason we're here tonight is our very first Cradle to Culture baby shower and ancestry reveal. Now, you guys know that from time to time we do ancestry reveals, but we've never done it for moms who are expecting. And we chose to do this because we think that one of the first gifts that you can give your baby is a sense of self, a sense of connection, a sense of comfort in who they are. And their African ancestry is an integral and critical part of that. So tonight we have two moms who entered our contest a few months ago, and they have taken the test. They took the test several months, or I don't know, a few weeks ago, more than a few weeks, but what he sent them the test, they did the swabbing, sent the swabs back, and they've been anxiously waiting to find out where they, their baby, their moms, their grandmothers, all the mothers that they share a legacy with are from in Africa. So we're going to reveal them tonight. And then because it's a baby shower, we're playing some games, okay? So just get ready, get your competitive juices going. We have a gift for the babies, and we have a gift for you. So I want you to tag any expecting mothers that you know, invite them to join in on the live stream so they can see what this is about. This is something that you can incorporate into your baby shower or your girlfriend's baby shower or your sister's baby shower. We're just giving you a blueprint. So without further ado, Freeze Jam, thanks for being here. Let's meet the moms of the hour. I don't know if who's more excited, me or the moms. Our whole team has been anxiously awaiting this evening. So let's start with Andrea. Hey, Andrea.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you for being here. And I know your mom is in the background, so shout out to your mom. Hey, Mom.
She said, hey, Mom. She's waving.
So, Andrea, tell me, now you entered the contest yourself.
I
And
did.
I'd love to know what made you decide to enter the contest and try and find out where you're from.
Yeah, so originally, I wanted to know my African roots so I can have an understanding of identity and belonging. And then also, having a daughter now, I want to be able to pass that on to her, so she can grow up, not wait until she's in her 30s to learn, what part of Africa is she from and know her ancestries and know her history. So that's kind of what prompted me to enter into the contest, is really so she knows who she is. And then I also have a son so they both can grow up knowing who they are.
Nice, nice. Now, spoiler alert, Andrea's bundle of joy, her daughter, came last Monday, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
She's no longer expecting. She is now probably sleep deprived mom.
Yep. A lot of that.
Congratulations. I'm glad that your daughter is here and that she's well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Our next guest is Michaela, and her mom is joining us. Hey, Michaela, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. And is your mom? Oh, there she is. Hi, Marky. Right?
Hi. Yes.
Congratulations on becoming a grandmother. Now, Michaela, your godmother, Treffany, she nominated you.
Yes.
Contest. So did she give you a heads up, or were you surprised when we sent you an email? How did that go?
I was very surprised. I didn't know what she nominated me for. She called me when I was at work. It was like, I'm nominating you for something, and if you get it, you get it. And then literally, like maybe a week or two later, she was like, so you're going to find out where your ancestry, your African ancestry comes from, because you got it and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I'm sure I'm pregnant with twins, so it will be very, very exciting to be able to tell both of them and know that. And I do have a son, so to be able to tell him as well, it'll be like a nice gift for all three of them.
Yes, yes. So I see some themes here. You guys are not new mothers. You already have sons, and you are now have a newborn and two babies on the way. Marky, how did you feel about this when you found out what was going on? What were your thoughts?
Well, I think I was the last to find out. I didn't even know she had entered her into a contest, but I was excited because it's something that I've wanted to do for years. So, this is a blessing and a gift. I really do appreciate Treffany for thinking about my daughter, well, her goddaughter, and our family, because she knew it was something that we've always wanted to do. So I appreciate it.
Nice, nice. All right, so we're going to go into our first game. And this is an audience participation game, but ladies, you can play too. I want to bring the audience in because they came to celebrate with you. So I don't want to leave them out. And there's nothing like a baby shower game. Now, since we are all about education and identity and DNA, what we want everybody to guess which country you think Michaela and Andrea's results will be found. So you can drop the country name in the chat. You can drop the country flag in the chat. However you want to do it, just tell us, make sure you put the person's name, Andrea, or we don't have it up here, but Andrea or Michaela. And we're going to see what it is. What people think. Do you guys have any guesses? Andrea, did you have any ideas about what we might find?
Nothing. It would just be Egypt.
I'm with you. I was crossing my fingers for that too, but I was like, I might be a little far from that, but that is funny.
Okay, I see. And Sharice Kim says Andrea Sierra Leone. And okay. Michaela Cameroon. Okay. B. McKinn 1830 is saying that Andrea, you're from Ethiopia. Laureen Simmons says Nigeria for both. Okay. Jolie Soleil, oh, she's getting down to the details. She's saying Fulani, Nigeria for Andrea, and Mende, Sierra Leone for you, Michaela. She's African ancestry family. I feel like that's why she's getting so specific. Somebody else says, Andrea, that you are Senegal. I would love to be from there. I absolutely love Senegal. Have either of you traveled to Africa yet?
No, it's a bucket lister though.
Okay. Well, okay. Freeze Jam says Ethiopia. I don't know. Well, we're going to see. We're going to see a little later where you guys are from. All right. So let me take you through the process of what happened. The ladies got kits, as I mentioned. They swabbed the inside of their cheeks to collect their DNA. They sent the swabs back to us in confidential packaging. So that's really important to know that when I just need to plug in my laptop because I don't want to lose y'all on this very moment. It's very important to know that everything is confidential. So the people at the lab have no idea of your name. Your names were not on anything that you sent back. And then the people in our office who don't even handle your DNA, they know they associate your name with your kit ID number. So when the swabs got to the lab then unlocked the code of part of your DNA that you inherited from your mothers. And I love that your mothers are here with us in the background and on the screen because that DNA is called mitochondrial DNA. It's maternally inherited. What this means is that it's passed unchanged from mother to child, mother to child, mother to child. It never changes. So that means that, Andrea, you have the exact same mitochondrial DNA as your mother and her mother and her mother and her mother. Michaela, same with you. You have the same mitochondrial DNA as your mother, Marky, her mother, her mother. And because you are mothers, you have passed it to your sons and then to your new baby, Andrea, and your twins in the womb, Michaela. It never changes. So if we can find your mitochondrial DNA code within someone else, somewhere else in the world, then you have to be related maternally to that person. Does this make sense? Yeah. And so, and it's not just for these ladies on the screen. All of us who are watching, we've all inherited mitochondrial DNA from our mother's mother's mother. That first woman who came here in 1619 or later, we have her DNA running through every cell of our bodies. And what I love even more about mitochondrial DNA is that the mitochondria is what powers our cells. So if it wasn't for our mothers, our bodies wouldn't function. If it wasn't for you two new moms, OG moms, you're not new moms, but your babies wouldn't function. And that's some real power. And that power is African, ladies. That's African power, pure and simple, unchanged. So our scientists get this code from your DNA. And then African Ancestry has the largest collection of African DNA in the world. Our database is 8 times larger than any other company out there. So where other companies, and I know some of you all are in the chat, you're familiar to me, have taken other companies' tests, they compared you to 4,000, maybe 4,000 Africans. But African Ancestry compares you to over 33,000 Africans. So there's a huge difference. And they look for a match. And when they find the match, then we have found your maternal ancestry. So that's how the process worked. Any questions, ladies? Any questions I can answer for you? They're like, no.
None.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
So just to take it a little bit further, Michaela, do you have any sisters or brothers?
I don't. I'm the only child.
What about you, Marky? Do you have sisters or brothers?
I do, but I have one sister through my mom.
Okay, so she has that same DNA too.
Yeah.
And she will or may have passed it to her children if she has them. How about you, Andrea? Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I have one brother and one sister.
So each of them got the same DNA that you got from your mom. Your sisters will pass it to her children should she have them, but your brother won't because it's maternally inherited. So his kids are going to get that mitochondrial DNA from their moms, not from your mom. But this ancestry will still apply to them because it comes from their grandmother and it comes from their father. So it's still applicable, but it's not a direct line, if you will. So today is so exciting because I never know what the results are going to be, right? I always hope that they're African. They don't always come back African, and I have nothing to do with it.
Really?
But yours are African, so don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay. That is interesting.
Yeah, so we're mixed, right? African Americans are a mixed people. We just don't always know where in the family the mixing happened. And sometimes our test uncovers that. And that's a whole nother show. Anywho, today we have this really beautiful connection because both of you share ancestry from the same country.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
That's why everybody keeps saying Ethiopian for both. They kind of similar features.
Similar looks, right? But you are individuals and your journeys lead to different people. So while you have the same country of ancestry, your ethnic groups are different. So I had this really cool gift that I made that was going to be like a balloon that was going to explode like a real gender reveal. And it was going to show you where you guys are from, but it didn't work. So I had to come up with something different. So ladies, we found matches for both of you. We compared your DNA to our database and we found matches for both of you in the present day country of Cameroon.
Oh, Cameroon.
Yeah, Cameroon. So I wonder if anybody was right. Let me just see if anybody said Cameroon. No, I don't think anybody said Cameroon. If you said Cameroon, congratulations, you were correct. Oh, wait, reconnecting grass fields, Sharice Kim. So we got some people who got it right. But Cameroon is in central West Africa. And, you know, we find most of our ancestors were taken from the coast of West and Central Africa, right? Because they were along the coast. It was easy to get to people. Let me tell you a few things about Cameroon. So Cameroon is known as Africa in miniature. And it's called that because it has so much diversity that they say anything that you can find in Africa, across the different countries in Africa, you can find in Cameroon. From the landscape, Cameroon has mountains, Cameroon has rainforest, Cameroon has desert, Cameroon has beach. You know, it has all of the ecological diversity. It's got, you know, really great mixture of foods from different parts of Africa. It's got languages that can be found in different parts of Africa. So it truly is Africa in miniature. Cameroon also is unique in that it has both English and French as official languages. And that's because it was colonized by the British, and it was colonized by the French. So parts of the country speak English, more parts of the country speak French, and that often has caused some tension, some political tension. But it's a country that you can visit and have a really good time. We have been with African ancestry family members about 4 or 5 times now to Cameroon, and it is such a warm and welcoming place. All of the African countries we visit are warm and welcoming, but Cameroon is definitely at the top of the list. Shout out to Donna Moon Goddess. She guessed Cameroon too, y'all. So we knew something we did that you guys didn't know. But now, here at African Ancestry, we don't just tell you that you're from Cameroon. We don't give you any percentages. We don't deal in that. We're taking you straight back, not just to the country, but also to the ethnic group. So, Andrea, are you ready to learn your ethnic group?
I'm ready.
Hey, you share ancestry with a group of people in Cameroon called the Tikar people. Shout out to the Tikar people. I want to see if there are any Tikar people in the chat watching. Now, the Tikar are considered to be the artists and the artisans of the culture, Andrea. They excel professionally at all levels across the arts, from music and dance and theater and writing to crafts such as the beautiful masks that you see here. We also know that the Tikar had printing ways of printing on paper way before the what's the word I'm looking for? Way before any white people got there. It's the introduction of white people into Africa. So that's pretty cool. And then the other thing, you mentioned Egypt. Both of you said Egypt. So the Tikar are found in northwestern Cameroon, in what's known as the Bamenda grass fields. And there is someone in the chat, Reconnected Grass Fields. He's your cousin. He helps to educate people about that part, about Cameroon in general and that part of Cameroon specifically. But they're said to have migrated from the Nile River Valley, which extends from Kemet, Egypt, all the way down through Sudan and beyond. So your ancestry before Cameroon was in fact the Nile River Valley.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Now, we invited everybody to this shower. They had to register. And the people who registered received a free download, which is a guide to African baby naming traditions, because we think the name that you give your baby is very important. And that's one of the first ways that we identify ourselves, right? Is by what people call us and what we call ourselves. And so if you didn't get your copy of the Guide to African Baby Naming Traditions, you can go to the link in the bio. It's there. But names have power and meaning. And so now that you've found your roots, and I know that your baby's already here, Andrea, but there's always nicknames or, I don't know. We want to share some of these Tikar baby names and meanings with you. I'm going to focus on the unisex and the girls' names but you have a son, so I'll go through all of them. So in the unisex names, one of the more well-known names is Zama, which means peace. So all genders carry that name. Muno means blessed. And then for names that are typically given to girls, Nyam, which means gift or delight. Luma, which means moon or light. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, that kind of looks like Spanish, because in Spanish, moon is luna. Anyway, and then names that are typically given to those assigned male at birth are Chemo, which means joy has come, and Ebon, which means one who leads the way. So I was hoping that I could influence your baby name selection, Andrea, but I see that I'm too late for that. My influence.
Just 1 week too late.
1 week too late. But it's fun to see the names, and you never know. There may be others in the family, because these results aren't just for you. They're for everybody in the family who descends from your grandmother and her mother and so on. So what are you thinking, Andrea? How are you feeling?
I feel good. It makes me want to dive into it a little more and really read up on the history. And Luma has a good name, a good ring to it. So maybe we'll reconsider. I'm just kidding. But
maybe nickname, or I don't know, when she goes to school and does a project, she could say my name and my T-car name is Luma.
Yes, yeah. But it definitely makes me want to research and dig deep into the history.
So when we're done, you'll be able to go into your portal and see your letter, your certificate of ancestry. And there's also a guide, the African Ancestry Guide to African Histories and Cultures. And there is a section on Cameroon in there and a section on the T-card to get you started. We also have an African Ancestry online community, and there are a lot of your T-card cousins in there. So you're welcome in your spare time to go on to Facebook and join the online community. So congratulations and welcome to the African Ancestry family.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are so welcome. So let me see this love for Andrea and baby Luma. I've just decided her name is Luma. Baby Luma in the chat. I see. I love Luma. People are asking her name. I don't know. We're not putting your names up here. If you care to share your baby's name, but as far as I'm concerned, her name is Luma, everybody.
Her name is Harlan.
Harlan,
yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
We got Brianna, the Afrofuturist, T-Car Fulani in the house. She says, congrats, cousin. So that's right. Oh, that's nice. And Sandra Joseph came right on time. Hey, cousin. So you got some cousins here in the chat.
Hey, family.
Now, don't go anywhere, Andrea, because I still have another gift for you. I don't want you to leave us just yet. But speaking of names, we got another game. This game is called the Name Game. That's the best I could do, y'all. The Name Game. I'm going to put up 3 baby names, each from a different country, and different African country. And so I want you all to tell me, ladies, people in the chat, all of you, which country you think the name is from. So each one is from a different country. So the first name is Adebayo. The second name is Tea Treat. And the third name is Temba. Adebayo, Tea Treat, and Temba. So I want to see what you guys are thinking here in the chat about. Do you have any ideas, Michaela, about any of those names? What country they may sound like they're from?
I don't have any idea.
Shout out to Takia. She's also your T-Car sister. We found her ancestry among the T-Car, Hausa, and Fulani. So, okay. So Sandra says Nigeria for number 1. Anybody got any other guesses? Okay. Laureen, she says Nigeria for number 1, Senegal for number 2, and Cameroon for number 3. Donna says number 1 is Ghana. She has no idea about number 2, and Sierra Leone for number 3. People are really guessing. This is cool. Ghana, number 3, Ghana or Nigeria. Nicole says Ghana, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau. Y'all, these people, they don't know where these names are from. So let me tell you, some of you are right. Some of you are right. So the first name, Adebayo, is a Nigerian name. And so you guys who said Nigeria, congratulations. You were correct. It means royalty meets joy. Tea Treat is a Moroccan name, and it means star. And then Tamba is a South African name, and it means hope. So these names are among the names that are in the Guide to African Baby Naming Traditions. If anybody is really into names, you can get that at the link in our bio and go to town with the names. I think it's really interesting if we think about what do our names mean, I don't know. I have a friend who, whenever he would meet somebody, he would say, "What does your name mean?" And most people that he would encounter didn't really know what their names mean. So I really have a lot of respect for African names in particular because they have very specific meanings. Okay, Michaela, those are the names. Congratulations to the 2 or 3 of you that know your Nigerian names anyway. Michaela, you've been waiting patiently. You and Marky have been waiting patiently. Are you ready to find your tribe?
I am.
What do you know about your mother's people? Like, how far back can you go, mother to mother to mother to mother?
Not very far.
Not very far.
Grandma. That's
She knows her.
And where did she live? Where did your great grandmother live? Do you know?
Oh, not African aspects, but
no. But here in the U.S. or the Caribbean, do you know which part of the U.S.?
Yeah, Mississippi.
Mississippi. Yeah. Okay. And how about you, Andrea? How far back can you go on your mother's side?
Same, great grandma.
And where was she?
Kansas.
So we got Kansas and Mississippi. All right. So Michaela and Marky, you share ancestry with the group of people in Cameroon called the Bamileke people. Bamileke people. And I gave you this slide because they are very famous for their masquerades, which are like big celebrations where they honor power and authority. So they use this fabric, which is called togu fabric. So that the blue fabric that you can see kind of in the background has particular figures, symbols on it that tell a story, quite like kente cloth does. And then their masks are very intricately beaded, and they're usually in the shape of big, powerful animals like elephants and buffalo and leopards. So you'll see that consistently throughout the Bamileke people. They're also considered the business people of the culture. So I'm told that they have been instrumental in the economic development of Cameroon, and basically no business happens without a Bamileke person being involved. So I don't know if that has any relevance. I don't know if you guys are business people on your mother's side of the family, but that is something that is very well known and respected about the Bamileke people. Let's look at some Bamileke names because Michaela's having twins, so I got a chance. To influence the baby names, perhaps. So, do you know what you're having?
Yeah, I'm having a boy and a girl.
Oh, here we go. I got 2. So, the unisex Bamileke names are Manka'a, which means abundance. Ngalim, which means protector. Then the typical girl gender names are Ngasa, she who multiplies blessings. Can you imagine if that was your name? And then Suap, which means joyful one. I think you can see a theme here. I was picking the names that said joy and light and hope because I wish all of those things for your babies. And then the boys' names I selected are Fumetio, he who brings light, and Funku, which means wise one. So there's some baby names for you, Michaela. I don't know. I don't know what to do with those, but when I see those babies, I'm gonna be giving them some Bamaleke nicknames. I warned you before we started that I might go off somewhere. Look at Takia. Takia's like, come on, abundance and blessings multiplied. That's what I'm saying. Takia, these are some names. They're gonna have some more babies so that they can get in these names. Somebody said African people are the coolest. Donna Moon Goddess. I would have to agree. Okay, so enough about that. So I want to just take another small bit of time because the fact that you guys are Tikar and Bamaleke brought to mind a story. So the Bamaleke have an origin story, and I wanted to share that with you. You all joined us as strangers, but you are now connected through this Cameroonian ancestry. And there's an oral tradition among the Tikar that says there was a royal family that had 2 brothers and a sister. And they led their people north. Remember now, the northwestern Cameroon is where we find both of your people. They led their people from the north in search of fertile land and protection. So according to the story, one of the brothers decided to cross this river, the Mbam River, and he said he would send the boat back to get the other 2, but he didn't do that. He didn't send the boat back. He destroyed the boat once he got to the other side. And he went on to go into the West and became a founding ancestor of the Bamaleke people. So the Tikar and the Bamaleke are very closely related. They share a lot of customs. They share a lot of traditions. You'll see even the fabrics that they use, the traditional fabrics that they use, they wear interchangeably. And yeah, so they're distinct, but they're related genetically and also share some social customs. So I thought that was pretty cool. They have a shared ancestral memory, and that's really what this work is about. It's about the ancestral memory and knowing where you're from, learning about the people and the place, and being able to draw upon that as you move forward in the world. You are now rooted. You're even more rooted than you may have been at 6:59 before we got on the call. And I really appreciate that you all allowed us to gift you this ancestry. It is really an honor for us to be able to do this work. So that gift was for you and your mother and your family and the babies. But I am a sucker for a baby. And so I just had to go and create the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. When I tell you, Michaela, we got you 2 onesies. These are one of a kind. They never have existed before today. See in the Cameroon.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yes. So this is our very special gift as a thank you for joining us and allowing us to host this baby shower for you.
Thank
and
you.
Then Andrea,
Oh,
this is yours. Cameroon, know your roots.
that's
This
cute.
actually matches our adult t-shirts. So I wanted to make sure.
Thank you.
So we will get these in the mail to you so that Luma and my 2 Bamaleke babies will be styling. I would like pictures, please. I'm just saying, I would like pictures. I'm their unofficial African ancestry godmother. I'm just claiming all of the things, okay? I'm going to give you ladies some time to digest what we've talked about. Please don't leave. But I want to give you some time off camera so that you can kind of process. Andrea, you can talk with your mom, and then we'll bring you back in just a moment, okay?
Okay.
All right. They are cute, aren't they, Sharma? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Long ago in another lifetime, I worked for a company called A Pea in the Pod, and we sold maternity clothing. And then after that, I went to work for Colgate-Palmolive on baby magic products. So baby magic is baby bath, baby shampoo, baby powder, baby lotion. So I'm just, really partial to the babies. But I have an exciting announcement because I'm partial to the babies. We have baby gear. So when I thought about making these onesies for our moms, I was like, oh, I think everybody would love to have some African ancestry baby gear. So we're testing out. You guys are the first hot off the presses to learn about our new heritage baby t-shirt bundle. And we believe that it's never too early to start preparing our babies for greatness. So that means that they can be carried around. They can't walk around, but they can be carried around in affirming African identity, affirming clothing. And so I have a slide to show you. Our new baby bundle, baby t-shirt bundle has two designs. The first design, and I can show you, these are t-shirts. I can show you here. This one, it might be backwards, but A is for Africa. So we're starting off with A is for Africa. We got a whole alphabet to go, but we're starting out with A is for Africa. And then the other t-shirt is a riff on our adult t-shirt, which is We Come From. So we have a t-shirt. I don't see it here. Let me see if I can get it for you guys real quick. 1 second. This is technology at its finest. The We Come From t-shirt talks about we come from other things besides just kings and queens, right? Whoops. I'm coming, y'all. We come from farmers and healers, and we come from scientists and educators, and we come from lawyers and scholars. And we believe that it's important to understand that and to keep that close. And so we have it on a design that is processing. Maybe it'll come up before we go, but you can go over. Nicole says, have no babies, but still want to get them. So adorable. Yeah, well, we're having some technical difficulties, but we'll figure that out. So those we're offering those as pre-order. So if you go to our site, African, and let me put it, there we go. Here we go. Here they are. Aren't they adorable? Oh my God. So it's a 2-pack. The A is for Africa and the I Come From. The bundle is $40, but we're having a sale on our website right now. Everything is 10% off. So you get one of each design. We're doing pre-orders for the next couple of weeks. You can go to africanancestry.com/products/baby bundle. We'll put that in the comments so that if you guys want to go over there and check them out, you can absolutely do that. I'm excited about these. We have a nice growing set of merch for adults, but this is our first foray into babies. And so just want to eat them up. So they're a cute statement gift for the babies in your life. All right. So we're doing really good on time. I was trying to go fast. We're really glad that you all joined us tonight. As I was saying, it's been a minute since we've been live, and so it's exciting to come back and do it for the babies. I just can't tell you how many parents I've talked to over the past 22 years who have watched, sometimes frustrated, as their kids are asked to do projects in school, and it has to do with Africa. the other kid, or I'm sorry, it has to do with ancestry. All the other kids can pick a country that they come from. They know it from their last name or because the family history is there. I mean, there are African friends I have who can name their ancestors going back 8 generations, but we don't have that luxury. And so choosing to trace your ancestry with African ancestry gives your kids an equal footing. It allows them to be able to put a pin in the map of an African country that they share ancestry with, to do a report on an African country that they are connected to through their heritage. And that's one of the most fulfilling parts of the work that we do. As we close, because it's a baby shower, I have to give you guys party favors. And for the next 24 hours, everyone who purchases an African ancestry test and puts the word gift in the order notes, you have to put the word gift in the order notes. Don't text it to that number because that's not going to work. But if you put the word gift in the order notes, then we will know that you were at the baby shower. Because if you weren't at the baby shower, you don't get this special gift. And it is a personalized reveal video of your results. So it's our way of trying to do a reveal for as many people as possible. It'll be a video. It'll be a brief video that tells you about your country, your people, that you can share with your family members. You have to buy a kit by tomorrow at midnight, Thursday at midnight, and we have a sale. Right, as I said, go to AfricanAncestry.com and everything's 10% off, and put the word put the word gift. If you guys could put that in the comments, put the word gift in the order notes. And our team members, Sharma and Simone and Tasia, will make sure that we mark you down as taking advantage of your Cradle to Culture baby shower party favor. If we could bring our guests back up, I want to thank Andrea. I thank Michaela and Marky and Trefany for nominating you, Michaela, for this gift. For attending this shower and being willing to share the experience, your African ancestry experience, with the rest of the world. Now that you've had some time to kind of process, maybe Google a little bit, do you have any other parting thoughts about your results? I'll start with you, Marky. Let's start with you.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually was texting with one of my aunts, and she sent me a bunch of links for us to look at later. I never thought about Cameroon, so that's amazing. I didn't even go there. I actually was thinking more like Ethiopia, even though Michaela was thinking Egypt. But yeah. So I feel blessed and honored that Michaela was picked for this journey, and it means a lot to our family. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Michaela?
I was just telling my mom, it's so funny because I've always thought I was like a long lost sister from like a royal family. So the little story that you told, I'm like, see, I knew I had some type of intuition about the story. But no, it's great to know because I'm actually an artist myself. So like you were saying, being able to connect that to a lot of artistry or even just like projects working on, knowing specifically where I'm from, it will probably be more meaningful for me to be able to create something and also look into fabrics and just find out more about that. So I'm very, very grateful.
Very nice. And how about you, Andrea?
For me, and sorry if you hear the baby in the background, but
we gotta hurry up. She's hungry.
I'm just excited. I'm really excited to dig into the history and really learn my roots. I'm excited for my son or daughter to have that first school project where it's like, pick the country and, you know, for them to both be able to say and pinpoint the tribe and actually speak to it without having to just say Africa. And now knowing, you know, our lineage is African, because that was something I thought, I'm like, oh my God, what if my results come back and it's like Europe or something? Then I'm like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be something? But yeah, so I'm just excited to really dig into the history. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and you gifted me with that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I get to be the face of this, but I'm the face of a huge team. And we all are very grateful for you in the chat, you coming on. Those of you who are watching the replay, thank you for being here. Ladies, for your presence. And I just want to shout out Shared Vision, Ola, Christine, D'Angela, who's our producer, Simone, Tasia, Nicole, Lavonda, and Ty for holding it down today. Make sure that you follow us, everybody, on all of our socials. It really helps us when you like, when you share, when you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Every little like, every little share, every little positive comment helps us continue to stay in business and continue to grow. Ladies, until we meet again, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you find joy and peace. Have a very good night, everyone. We'll see you next time here at African Ancestry. Take care.
Thank you.
Don't leave.
AfricanAncestry.com, the pioneers in genetic tracing for Black people. Since 2003, doing what no other in the industry can do by tracing your DNA to the present day African country, ethnic group, or tribe. What better time than now to find out where you came from? Order your kit today